Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about major blood vessels in fishes to mammals. First, we discussed about arterial system. The blood vessels of vertebrates can be divided into arterial and venous systems. These vessels have undergone evolutionary modifications, particularly with the transition from aquatic to terrestrial life. First, we observe the arterial system. The arterial system comprises the ventral aorta, aortic arches, and the dorsal aorta. First, we observe ventral aorta. The ventral aorta arises from the heart and initially carries oxygenated blood in fishes. It runs forward beneath the pharynx and gives rise to a series of paired aortic arches which pass through the gill slits and join the dorsal aorta. In fishes, ventral aorta is highly developed and muscular. It is as it must pump blood into gills for oxygenation. Conus arteriosus or bulb arteriosus is present at its base to maintain steady blood flow. Next, we observe in amphibians. In amphibians, the ventral aorta divides into truncus arteriosus with a spiral valve which separates the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood to some extent. Next, we observe the reptiles. In reptiles, the ventral aorta is reduced, but it splits into systemic trunks and pulmonary trunk. Next, we observe bird. In birds and mammals, ventral aorta is further divided into two distinct vessels, systemic aorta and pulmonary aorta. The systemic aorta carrying oxygenated blood from left ventricle to the body. Right in birds and left in mammals. The pulmonary aorta carrying deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. The conus arteriosus in fishes is gradually absorbed into the ventricles in higher vertebrates, making the ventral aorta less distinct. Dorsal aorta Next, we discuss about dorsal aorta. The dorsal aorta is main artery that carries the oxygenated blood from the heart via systemic arches to all parts of the body. In fishes, it formed by the union of efferent branchial arteries after blood is oxygenated in the gills. It runs backward beneath the vertebral column, giving branches to various organs. In amphibians and reptiles, dorsal aorta is formed by the right and left systemic arches arising from the fourth aortic arch. In birds, only the right systemic arch persists and forms the dorsal aorta. In birds, only right systemic arch persists and forms the dorsal aorta. In mammals, only left systemic arch. In mammals, only the left systemic arch persists and forms the dorsal aorta. Branches of dorsal aorta in higher vertebrates: carotid artery, subclavian, subclavian artery, intercostal artery, mesenteric artery, renal and gonadal arteries to kidneys and reproductive organs. So this is arterial system.